Driving that train, high on cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And you know that notion just crossed my mind. Hello, Aku again. Welcome back to Resonant Rise. Now, you may wonder why I started with that and then a little bit of singing. Well, you might call it singing, you might not. I personally don't call it singing. Bevo challenged me on his last Resonant Rise video to sing a song because I had to go at his singing. Unfortunately, I don't know that song at all. I don't know Grateful Dead much. I know of them, but if a song I maybe know, I might have done a little bit more, but that's all you're getting. I don't actually want the train track building, Bevo. It's cool. It's a good idea. I will get around to building it myself at some point, but I'm not going to hold you to making a train track just for 4 lines of a song. Anyway, now that's over with. What were we up to? Well, we finished last time. I was building a farm up there, and I left it in a little bit of an unfinished state, to be honest, and Sai said to sort it out for me. So if we come up here, I've just made a little double elevator up to my thing there. If we come across here, and it's going to get dark very soon, which is unfortunate, I have to get my sleeping bag out. Whee. What was happening was stuff was falling outside of the range of the vacuum hopper, which was unfortunate. So after I'd not been on about a day, because of course I'm doing 4 series at the minute, so I'm not actually getting. I'm only getting back on Resonant Rise once every 4 days. I'm only getting on any server once every 4 days at the minute. So I'm kind of spread a little bit thin. Can I sleep yet? I can. And I'll explain why I've been remaking my Well of Suffering in a minute. There we go. So what happened was there was loads of entities around here because things were not in range of the vacuum hopper there, and these are dropping XP that I didn't even realise. And looking back on the video, you can actually see XP balls dropping, and I picked them up, but I didn't even consider what to do with the XP. So there was loads of XP lying around as well. So says you had items lagging outside the hopper's range and XP, so I fixed it. Liquid void pipe for XP and kinetics to push items over into range. Dash oop. So what he's done is just added a little liquid void pipe here, which I will change for some point for an ender tank, just so I can save that XP, because I might as well. To be honest, I like this farm, but I could just use the mob essence I get from down there and spawn stuff as needed to kill them. So it's fun to do something a bit different, but MFR grinders work so well. So what Stasis made me is these guys. These are awesome. Kinetic attractors. These are part of Thermic Tinker that I've never actually made myself. Now, red push, blue pull, red strength range, 15 redstone, 7.5 blocks. So they've got redstone block underneath, so it's got a full redstone signal. And what that's doing is pushing things away from it. So if I was to turn off my signal of magnetism there and drop some light grey dye on the floor, you see it through it that way. And I'll go back into my A network now. Make a liar of me, why don't you? See, there you go. You see it through it into there. It must have thrown it this way the first time I chucked it. So that's pretty cool. That's getting stuff into there very nicely. So that's sorted that out, and these look really cool as well. So yeah, I've never actually got around to making these myself. So thank you very much, Scythe, for that. I should have made sure things were all. Now look, it threw it away. I should have made sure things were all sorted before I left the server, but it was getting quite late when I made the last episode. Now, let's carry on then. I want to nick all these sands. I like having loads of sands. Just say the chicken die. The tragedy. They can all go in there. Right, that's good. And what I was just doing, I was just changing a bit of my floor in the base there for a bit of the old favourite factory block that I love so much. Now, we've changed server. Dave's got us a new host, so that's pretty cool. So the server seems to be running better. Why? I don't get it. Every now and again there's mobs in there. I don't know why they go in there. What are you going in there for, mobs? That's turned off. There's an enderman there, there was a spider in there earlier. That's too late for anything to spawn in there, so I don't get what's happening. Anyway. Right, yeah, I've just changed these outside iron blocks into the factory blocks, just because I like the factory blocks. Now, when Dave changed the server host, he actually seemed to roll us back a little bit, because I was on last night for a bit. I changed this a little bit. I added an extra logistical sorter under there. and what I was doing was all the stuff that comes out green here, instead of going back into this chest, it was going down into a strong box down here and back through a separate sorter, which put them back into the top of this. So it was all working, it was keeping up a lot better. I actually moved it, because this digital man has finished here, of course, there's nothing left to man. But what I did was I moved it 32 blocks. I didn't. That's 32 range, isn't it? 32 each direction. 32 radius. Radius 32. Yeah, so I moved it. I didn't move it far enough. I moved it 32 blocks that way. Should I moved it 64 blocks this way, shouldn't I? So I actually did it wrong anyway. So I moved it this way and I put it down again and I started mining stuff and it was keeping up. I've got what I'm going to do in this episode though is I'm going to do something with blood magic that's going to get us a lot of resources. So we're going to be using that digital miner in it as well. I am going to have to cut camera at some point and change that. What we're going to do with blood magic is use a new ritual that we've not seen before. Well, you may have, but I've not shown on camera. I've not done my mod spotlights yet. I'm waiting to do an update because Way is redoing all the magic system, the spells, not all the magic system, all the spell system. So once that's updated, I should be doing it extra bit for the mod spotlight. So what I've been doing is I've been making a whole load of reinforced slates. I started to make 3 stacks and I'm nearly done. So that's very nicely AFK working away, not AFK but unattended while I'm doing other stuff. This is busy spawning. What's happened though is I've had 2 more explosions in here. They haven't done a great deal of damage. The first one destroyed 6 ritual blocks and some iron blocks. The second one destroyed another 4 ritual blocks. So what I've done, I've changed it around a bit. I've actually put a layer of iron blocks all the way to there. So I've used just all my iron again. I've made it so that that's only too high right the way across there now. And the only thing that can spawn, Enderman cannot even spawn in there. Legitimately, well, can't spawn in there at all anymore. So let's just head in here for a second. So we've still got the water in the middle there. They're all dying. They're getting contained by the ritual containment still. That idiot's trying to shoot me, but no joy. And I've still got the vacuum hopper collecting stuff there. And I actually changed that chest so it's got the red. Oops. Oh, bollocks. Changed that chest so it's got the red, grey red. So it wouldn't put things into my main sorting system. It goes into a separate mob one. Let's go get a bucket of water. Bollocks. Real awkward to move around with these fans. These fans are really cool, but I'd love it if they had a redstone signal to turn them on and off. It makes things so much easier. Right, let's grab a bucket, sort that out. I could have, of course, just used my ritual of my sigil of water there, but never mind, I've got a bucket now. The water wasn't too far away, so that's okay. So the master ritual stone is actually above that block of iron. So now if there's any explosions, then the blocks of iron are going to take it all. And blocks of iron have got a real good, the real height, they're quite hard to break, so nothing should get damaged, apart from the odd block of iron. So that should be fine. So let's get back out of here and turn that back on. Let it finish off them last few reinforced slates. So again, that's just that light artifact that shows it's still there even though it's not. Well, that's actually dark in there even though it's showing light. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a new rituals. This is what I wanted all these for. And the other thing I want for ritual stones, of course, is obsidian. So I wanted to get a way of getting obsidian because I don't really have one. So what I've done is, well, I've done them last couple. Let's jump over here. I made a couple of ender tanks, light grey, red. And what I'm going to want is I want a fluid export bus. Now what else I've done is I've put a lot of stuff into here. Bit of thermal expansion, bit of extra utilities, quite a lot of applied logistics stuff I've had in. So I had enough material to make a stack of blank patterns. So I made a stack of blank patterns. That's vanilla extra applied logistics, and this is extra cells stuff. So what I can do now is I can auto craft certain bits. This is vanilla stuff. That's just a bit of random stuff at the minute, and ender. That's chicken bone stuff, ender stuff, and that's about all I put in. So I haven't put a great deal in. But what I can do now is, I made one of these as well. Now I was going to change all 3 of these to these blast resistant ME drives from extra cells, but it turns out they only have 3 slots in, so I'm not going to bother. they have 10 slots in each. I thought there was a reinforced version of that, so I thought they'd still have 10 slots. But 3, it's alright, but nothing should get any and blow up anyway, so it's a bit of a waste of space. I thought I'd leave it there and show you. So what I can make is a fluid export bus. Begin. And that's made using, thank you very much, that's actually made using a normal precision export bus, some iron in a bucket and a covered cable, so obviously all the bits to make them bits are in there. I've also added stuff down here, quickly show you. I've added, what have I added? Into here I've added recipes to make various things, to make these processors using the basic ones. What they do, they get sent via the logistical sorter here. These items get sent to the place, so the stuff that needs crushing goes to the crusher, so that makes the status dust, that makes the nether quartz dust, and then these go to the smelter to get cooked into the processors, or cooked into silicon, or cooked into the thingy glass, for dark glass. Oh, there we go. What I've done is, what we're doing here is I want another igneous extruder producing obsidian, and I want it to use water from that side, which it is, and I want it to use lava from this side, which is why we've got these with a red on, and we want that to output, and we don't want an input, so the input is going to be from our ME network. So what I've done with the block smasher, by the way, is I moved the ender tank off top of that, and I've made an export bus there. So I've got an import bus here. No, no, I've got an export. It's exactly the same as that. So that's exporting mob essence into there for when it's needed. And we're going to do exactly the same here. So the ender tank that was on there, I've moved down here. Get off. That's down there now, and that's putting the mob essence from that little mob farm over there. That's putting mob essence into the system using what is called a fluid import bus. Wonderful. So all very nice. So very much the same as the item stuff, just for fluids. So what I'll do is I'm going to have, where do I want this? I have it stashed up there in the floor. So I'm going to want this fluid export bus. I'll put that there, and I'm going to have to wrench him round. Like so. Wonderful. And then below that, I'm going to put the grey red in the tank, and then what I need is I need to tell it which fluid this wants, because it doesn't know on its own. So what I need to do is jump back up here. Oops, fall back off my ladder like a fool, and in here I want to select lava, put my bucket in there, stuck in the text box there, so I always forget about it. And in here I just want to click and put lava in there. So what that's going to do is going to start sending lava to that, which is going to start sending lava to this. So this has got lava in, look, it's filling up. Once that's full, you'll see it start filling this up and filling that up. And of course the lava is coming from here, from my blood network. You can see it's producing lava there. Each flash is a fresh lava source block being produced. Cool. So I need to keep an eye on my LP pull, but now I'm actually using blood for stuff as well as just having a massive stockpile of it. So there's that sorted. So what we're going to do is, that should be finished up there now. I'm going to wait until I've got some obsidian. What I need to do is put a Java barrel down there, and I think I'm going to, what's in there? Yeah. Is that a tier 1 upgrade? That's just a tier 1 upgrade. I use that. So we are going to have another Java barrel down here. Now I don't know if I'll need 30,500. I don't know. It's 32,000. I don't know if I need 32,000 obsidian. I might just take the normal. Yeah, I won't upgrade that barrel. Actually, I'll leave it as it is. So let's lock these items. By the way, shift right click. We'll lock them Java barrels so that they only can take them. I do need to get this connected to my ME network at some point. So I'm getting a source of obsidian there. Cool. Right, I'm going to go them reinforced slates. I'm going to wait till I've got enough obsidian, and I'm going to make probably a stack of ritual stones for future use, and then we're going to go and make one of the new rituals and see how destructive it is. Okay then, I am back and I have made the ritual stones we need. I actually need one master and 108 ritual stones. You see, this is a pretty big ritual. It's called the Mark of the Falling Tower. What it's going to do, it's going to summon a meteor full of resources down for us. It's very destructive. You can see there it takes 108 stones in total. 12 dust, 24 earth, 24 fire, 16 water, 32 air. So I suggest never try and make one of these without using a ritual diviner, because it'd just be a nightmare to make. So this is a very big ritual. Now, something else we need for this is the activation crystal. The weak activation crystal will not cut it. What we actually need is an awakened activation crystal, which requires a demon blood shard, as you can see there. So I need to actually make that in the alchemy chemistry set thing. So what I need to do is get some demon blood shards. So I also need some demon blood shards to enhance these teleposition focuses to the tier 4 ones. So we've got teleposition focuses with tier 3. They're tier 2s at the minute. I've not finished updating them, but I've made some tier 2s. I've also made some teleposers. Now I need to upgrade them with blood shards to make them tier 3s, and then with demon shards to make them tier 4s. A tier 4 can do a 7x7x7. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a ritual. We're going to put teleposers under it, and I'm going to summon a meteor and then move the ritual out of the way before the meteor lands. That's the plan. Now my problem is I can't actually fly when I put my blood armor on. I can't actually fly when I'm wearing this at the minute. I could get my air sigil out. It's in my pocket, in my pocket, ender pouch. We'll go as we are. I'll just jump over here. Where back to the faithful area where I crashed the server last time I gave before. Oh, I started making a tower, by the way. Up there. I don't know if I've shown that yet. So what I need actually is, before I come over here, I think we have look at that. Way I did step assist. Thank you very much, Way. I love step assist. Now the reason why I'm not wearing blood armor all the time is because I like creative flight too much. So I generally wear something that gives me creative flight. I can turn this off. Just been filling my network back up. I can take my blood orb out of there, my Archmage blood orb, because I'm going to need that. That's actually a lie. For this I don't need an Archmage, for this a Master will do, but as I've got an Archmage I might as well use it. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to eat, make sure I don't die. I'm actually going to kill quite a lot of these, but I'm going to kill the first one on camera. Maybe the first two. But we've got all this Sanctus from when we did this before. 32 Sanctus, I'm going to put that away. How much have I got? I'm nearly full, that's cool. You can go away, you can go away. Do I need some range damage? Let's give it a try. Let's see what options we've got with this. F. I'm not sure what any of these do actually. That's equal trade, I think. They don't actually tell me, do they, what they are? Lightning, you'll do. I don't think it's enchanted though. I'll tell you what, I'm going to quickly go and enchant. I've got 53 levels. I'm going to go and enchant this one focus. Back in a sec. Okay, well, silly me, it's actually already got potency 3 and frugal 3 on it, so I can't add anything else to that. So I've come back and I've put my Sanctus down on my pedestals, and there goes nothing. I'm going to want my heal spell there, because these guys certainly seem a fair bit tougher than I've seen them. Now I don't want to kill it with a shock wand. The shock wand's there just in case. I need to kill it with my bound blade, because I'm going to want to get demon blood shard. So where you gone? You dead? Yay! Demon blood shard. There we go. There's one. So I did a bit of damage to me. I've just killed a couple of these in single player tests, and actually one of them killed me, so I was a little bit scared, which is why I've mentioned my spell books there, so I can quickly kill myself if I need to. Right, I'm going to kill more of these. We've got enough for 6 more, and actually need more than that, so I'm going to make some more Sanctus as well. And once I've done that, I will show you how to make an awakened activation crystal, and I'll work out exactly where I'm going to put this ritual. Right, I should be back in a bit. Okay then, back a little bit longer than I thought to do all that, but I made a stack of Sanctus in this thing here, So Sanctus uses, if I remember off the top of my head, glowstone, no I can't remember, glass, redstone, and sugar, I think. No, I've got two mixed up there. I've got stuff mixed up. Let's have a look. I just made a filler. I'll show you for why in a bit. That blood. What does Sanctus need again? If you press shift when you're hovering over it. Glowstone, gold nugget, glass, and simple catalyst. Cool. And of course, for that, I'm for a stack of that. I made 64 simple catalysts as well, which is sugar, redstone, glowstone, gunpowder. So I've used a few stacks of materials, and I got another 64 Sanctus. I spawned loads of demons, not demons, elementals, and I ended up with about 15 demon shards. You're not guaranteed to get a demon, but with this bound sword being looting 3, and yeah, it's deactivated. With this being looting 3, I was getting quite a bit. I actually did die once as well, which is why my levels are down to 29 from 53. I won't pay attention to my health, and the elemental can be a bastard, so cheers for that way. Right, so now what I need to do is put my Archmage's blood orb in there, and my weak activation crystal goes in there, and you'll see the graphics happening above the alchemical chemistry set here. And what we've got is now a awakened activation crystal. Now I'm not 100% sure, right click to bind it to me, as always. I'm not 100% sure if this will still activate the weaker rituals, so I may have to make myself another weak activation crystal as well. Which I can't remember what to do with that. Something to do with a lava crystal, possibly. So there's that bit. So if we head back to the base, and the server's working so much better than previous on the new setup that Dave's got on. So thank you very much for that, Dave. Wonderful work you've done there. Cheers, dude. Let's jump down here. See how quick I'm loading and stuff. So as you may be aware from my videos, we have had a bit of issue for a while, but now it's I'm always leaving my bloody behind. I'll do it later. I'm going to use a couple of the spare demon shard left over to get myself another orb, Archmage's orb, because I keep leaving it behind. So what I've done is I've cleared this area out here. So this is the same place where I was summoning the demons, because this is the only place really big enough. And I've got my master orb, my master ritual stone down there. So what I'm going to do now is I want to get my diviner. Where's that? There he is. So I've got my plinths, arcane pedestal and plinths just in there for now. So my diviner is set to the mark of the fallen tower. I'm going to stand up here and I'm going to build the ritual with the 104 ritual stones I've got. See if my maths was correct. I'm just going to keep spamming this button and I'll show you it when it's done. What we're actually doing here, we're painting a big target for a meteorite to land on. Now once I've done this bit, I'm going to go show you, I'm going to jump into my single player test world and show you the devastation that these guys cause. So look, yep, all the ritual stones gone. We seem to have a complete ritual. So there it is. If you look at it from above, you'll see that it's kind of like a target for a meteorite to zone in on. Boom! So if I was to activate this now, what I've got to do is, if I activate it with a sigil, with the, not a sigil at all, the crystal, then I have to throw one of 4 items in there. Now the items are either a nether star, a diamond, an iron block, or a smooth stone. And depending which one you're throwing, different things happen. So you click the top and then you just throw the thing on top there and it will disappear. And that'll summon a meteor. Now these are very destructive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drop out of here. And I'm going to go into a little single player test world I've got. And show you some of the stuff that's been going on in here. So, check these bad boys out. And check out the damage they cause. Now, I'll keep dying here. Because I'm not really meant to fly. So, this is a meteor summoned using a smooth stone. As you can see, it's got a lot of smooth stone in it. Plus, it's got a lot of basic materials as well. You see there, you don't see many diamonds or anything. I don't know if there is any diamonds or anything in there. But that is what we can get by putting a smooth stone in there. Look at the size of that being. That's huge. Second up, we have got this guy. This is from a block of iron. As you can see, there's, there might not be no smooth stone in here. This might be all. That might indeed be all resources all the way through it. I'm going to have to put some kind of feather falling on. And see the damage it's done around it. Crazy stuff. I'm using a mech jetpack here, what I plan on making at some point as well. So I'll try one out while I was messing around. This is the next one up. This is from using a diamond. And again, look at the devastation it's caused underneath it. And then, finally over here, this is what I'm going to do down in my base there. So, now, I've done this once with a iron block. Let me just make it daytime. There we go. I've done this once with an iron block and it didn't do hardly any damage. Now, the basic gist of this is my ritual was over here. I summoned it, I threw an iron block in, then I ran over there real quick, pressed the button, then teleposed the ritual over here out the way. So the ritual was over there out the way, and the meteor landed on there. And the first time I did it with an iron block, the only damage it did, it destroyed eight obsidian blocks. Then I tried it again with a nether star, and the nether star destroyed all the blocks. So the nether star, if you look, there's 9 teleposers. The nether star destroyed all but 1 of the teleposers. So that's what you get from a nether star. So it's got quartz, diamonds, platinum. Emeralds are in there. So this area was where the first 4 blocks got damaged. Now you can see there's a whole lot more damage. And it's destroyed all the stuff underneath. So this is what I'm aiming for. Now I'm being a little bit risky because I'm going to set it up so that the ritual gets teleposed underneath where it's going to land. So if things do go wrong and all that kind of damage goes underneath, then the damage is going to be right on the ritual anyway. So it kind of defeats the object of doing it. So I don't know if I should do it somewhere else. But that's the plan. Now I'm going to do this in the other world. I don't want to destroy everything too much, but there is a good chance I might do a lot of damage. Just as well, while I'm here, when this one landed, did all this damage to this, this big reactor I made quite a few weeks ago. Damaged this big reactor. So just that landing there, the shockwave from it, I guess the shockwave damaged stuff right over here. And there's even some damage to this. So I don't know if this was from one of them as well. But, yeah, a lot of damage went on. Right, I'll meet you back in the server. There's a little Steve's Factory Manager test I did for myself there, using the setup that Sace did in his video, how to make a little jerky farm. Jerky farm. Oh, there it goes. And then in 10 seconds it should place loads of rotten flesh. Come on. Or just testing, see if there we go. Testing if that ritual of the green grove made them change any quicker, but they have nothing to do with that. Anyway, right, back to the server. Make sure that's hidden so I don't forget and make a mess of stuff. Right then, so what I've got under here is a big hole dug out. I've got my 9 teleposers there. So if I put all this down here, if all the 9 teleposers go on the floor down here, then there is a bit of space between, and I can pad this out some with a lot of obsidian, try and diffuse some of the explosion. But what I've got to do now, then I've got to spend about another hour off camera getting loads of obsidian, which is why I wanted the obsidian ignis extruder going. And I'm going to put a load around the upper part of this as well, around here. And when you next see me, I should be ready to summon a meteor and see how it goes. I shall see you then. Okay then, here we are, back, and the zombie pay me a visit. Get away, you. I'm recording. So what I've done is I've just made this look kind of tidy. Mobs can spawn up there still. Oh, okay. I'll put some lamps around and stuff. I'm going to save it with Vagrant in a minute. Talking about spawners, I am a big fan of MFR auto spawners and grinders and stuff. I use them maybe a bit too much, but you know, it's a mod that I really like and it works really well for me. So what I've done under here, now I don't know if I'm doing this right, this is all a bit testy on my part. So I've set up the bottom. Now the bottom down here, you've seen me do these before, so I've done this bit off camera. The bottom down here, these have got the teleposition focuses in that are linked to the teleposers that are underneath the top part. So these teleposers up here. What I've done in this room is I've got an obsidian floor. I've got obsidian wall. I put some water in there because water dissipates explosions, doesn't it? That's so this should be no hassle in here if the explosion that's going to happen above. Hopefully, I'm going to see anyway. I mean, it might just destroy everything, and I might have wasted loads of time, but you know, that's what we learn, isn't it? So I'm in the process of learning. Oops, did not mean to change that into a block of obsidian. I meant to just smash it. Fool. Thank you. Let's have that torch back as well. So, just made this a little bit tidy. So there you can see the teleposers at the top. These ones don't need a focusing because only the ones on the bottom do. Now, I've not fully tied everything up, but what I can show you is what happens now if I press this button here, then the entire structure from upstairs drops down here, and that's underneath the 2 layers of obsidian and the water. So any explosion that happens up above that should stay up there, I think. Hopefully, you know. And this area should all be well lit. That's why I kind of spaced the lights out like this. So again, though, they could spawn there. I might have to put some lights higher up on that as well then. But that's what happens. So the idea is, which I'm going to do in just a second, is we trigger the spawn. I need more blocks of piston. I ain't done this bit yet, damn it. Now what I actually want is I want 2 layers of blocks. Turn this shit off. Let's get rid of that dickhead. So I actually want 2 more layers of obsidian so that the meteor lands on top of the obsidian so it doesn't smash my teleposers all the time. That's what I'm trying to avoid, having to replace these all the time, because this is going to be really expensive. If I have to replace these all the time, it's actually probably going to be cheaper to just replace the ritual stones, even though there's like 100 odd ritual stones. So I'm going to get some more obsidian. Now, again, I had like 60 stacks of obsidian. I'm going through it pretty quick. But, the beauty is the builder's wand, of course. I can just fly about and go bop, bop. And I'll be back when I've built this floor up. And we should be actually properly good to go then. Now I just want to check before I go. So with them 2 blocks there, what's it look like when I swap the ritual back in? Have I done it in the right place? So yes, what we're going to have up here, down here I mean, is we're going to have 2 layers of obsidian above the teleposers. Excellent. Back in a bit. Okay, so I've done the 2 layers down there, and I think I'm good to go. Now, the layers down there, above them there's a real dark area, so I could get a lot of mobs in that, so I've got to be aware of that. But let's have a crack. Let's see what happens. So what I'm going to do is, loads of shit in my inventory. Activate the ritual, like so. And then what I want to do is throw that in. And to jump down here real quick, press the button, and then let's get back up, see if we see the meteor land. And there it was. Hey! We've got a nice big meteor, full of resources, and the question now is, how much damage has it done? So let's have a look in the water area. So we may have lost... one thing. Let's have a look. So I'm going to head into here. So only 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can see the 8 are on the outside. So possibly the one in the middle's gone. No, cool. The one in the middle's here as well. Awesome. So doing it like this, we can get this, and none of the stuff gets damaged. None of the stuff gets destroyed. So we've still got our ritual, because that's going to be down here. In there. All nice and lit up and safe. Cool. So that's all intact. Yep, fully intact. Nothing's gone there. So that's all alright. And we've got this guy. Awesome. Sweet. Worked. Now, I think the Nether Star one explodes with more vigour. So I think the Nether Star one would cause me some hassle still. What I can do now, of course, is jump over here. And what I meant to do was I meant to upgrade this to the higher tier one. That's full. So let's See how long this one lasts for now. We'll empty all this shit into here. What I was going to do is I was going to put it into a separate inventory, just so you can see what I got from that. But I'll probably just let it all get processed. It'll be a bit easier, won't it? Shouldn't have put them in there. Didn't want them in there, or did I? So that's just, yeah, that's the only hours I put in there, wasn't it? So they're actually going to go into there. And with this thing, what I can do, well, it's not going to last very long because it's only the basic one. This is just a basic energy cube, and you can upgrade these 3 more times to advanced, then elite, and then ultimate. So ultimate lasts quite a long time, very well. I'm going to break that, oops, and replace that because I didn't want to break that. So a bit. Thank you. And then jump up here. And I think we want a radius of about 7. Place this on here. Cool. And in here, what I'm going to put the power in the corner up there, and configure it. I'm going to give it a radius of 7, and our height we want to be up to 96. I'll probably put this back on later and do right down to 0, just because there's loads of resources underneath here. And I'll go 32, might as well. But just for now, I'm just going to put it just like this. And what's the lower level then? Is that the bottom, or is it going one further? Can't really tell. I'll go 80. Now what I've got to make sure is I check obsidian out of here. I think it's in my config. Let's have a look. It is, look, let's get rid of that. I want to pull the obsidian up. And oops, didn't save that, did I? 96 and 80. And yep, that's all done. Now we can have silk touch off because there's nothing that can be silk touching here, I don't think. And we don't want to be pulling stuff in because we don't want to be replacing the blocks of anything. And we just need our chest on the back here. Auto eject. So auto eject is on. Eject is on yet. Start that going. It's got 1200, so we've got 1200 ore blocks. That's going to start taking them out for us. Let's take one from there, look. And that should clear it up. And next episode I'll show you how much damage there was. I'm sure some of the obsidian must have been damaged. But we should, once that's all cleared up, just be able to keep pulling them down whenever we want. This might be a good way of getting ours. Anyway, thank you as always for watching. I hope that was fun. Nice little something different. First time I've used Where's Awesome Meteor pulling things. Now, yeah, I want to do the Nether Star one at some point, see how much we get out of that, but I'm thinking that's going to do a lot of damage. I might do a couple of these first, and then in a couple of episodes' time, I might do the Nether Star one. We'll see how it goes. But for now, thank you as always for watching. I hope it was enjoyable, and I hope you join me for next time. Cheers. Bye.